shot of brandy or bourbon, really doesn't matter. It just helps bring out those flavors. Most of the alcohol, like 99% of it, will cook off. It's really all about the flavor. And then let that be the foundation for a soup. Just, you can add some chicken or turkey meat to it and some vegetables and make a soup out of it. Salt it at that time. Use it for gravy. Make a roux, just add stock, salt and pepper to taste, right? Fantastic, easy. It's a good way not to waste food, for one thing. I mean, you're actually using the stuff that normally gets thrown away. And in the best kitchens, nothing gets wasted, by the way. And it's a great way to save money. And, I mean, in this economy, with this crazy inflation, I mean, right now, it's November 1 when I'm recording. And it also happens to be a Wednesday. So, the grocery store sale flyers come out on a Wednesday. I normally don't shop at Harris Teeter. I don't like their politics at all. They're paying for their employees' abortions and traveling out of state and very pro-LGBTQ ampersand, whatever. 20,000 genders for people who can't tell what's between their legs. So I avoid the store, and they're expensive. Every now and then they run a sale I cannot pass up. Sometimes it's on Swiss cheese. They actually have like the best Swiss cheese prices once a year around Christmas. But around Thanksgiving right now they got turkeys for 99 cents a pound. So yeah, I'm going to go grab some turkeys, and that's the only money I'm spending with them. That's it. Maybe I will get some cheese. And I'm going to be I'm going to roast my turkey with thyme, and I'm going to make that stock, and I'm going to be freezing gallons of that stock from the turkey to use throughout the year. I'll probably get, I think they maybe have a limit of 3 or 4. So that's what I'll get. I'll stick a couple in the freezer. That's a good way to save some money. You got to shop the sales. And for them, actually, it's a loss leader. They're expecting people to come in the store and buy a lot of other stuff with the turkey, so I can do it with a clean conscience. Keep an eye on those sale flyers, and if you're a hunter or a fisherman, learning to make a stock is like, or a farmer, if you got some chickens in your backyard or whatever, heck, I love goat meat. And cabrito, I'll go to a Mexican butcher and buy goat meat if I'm not raising any, and I haven't for a while because we get so many bears and coyotes. I got to figure that part out. But let's talk about specifically the medicinal uses of thyme. Plants for a Future says, I got a train going by. If you hear a train whistling, I'm out of town right now, and apparently I'm very close to the railroad tracks. Common thyme has a very long history of folk use for a wide range of ailments. It is very rich in essential oils, and these are the active ingredients responsible for most of the medicinal properties. In particular, thyme is valued for its antiseptic and antioxidant properties. Thyme actually contains thymol, which is a powerfully antibiotic essential oil, essentially. A chemical that you really want to have on hand. You'll find it in various things, but, it's actually named after thyme. So, similar to rosmarinol. We talked about rosemary, I guess it was last week. Also, powerfully antibiotic, antiseptic. There's another word I'm searching for. Antimicrobial. That's the one. And it does have some antiviral properties. So these culinary herbs are really good to have around. Really good. Says it is an excellent tonic and is used in treating respiratory diseases and a variety of other ailments. Exactly what I was telling you. The flowering tops are anthelmintic. That means it helps with worms and such. Expectorant gets the mucus out of your lungs. Antiseptic kills germs. Antispasmodic. So even if you do have a spasmodic form of asthma or cramping muscles, thyme can help. Carminative means it helps with digestion. Deodorant means it just smells good and can help get rid of stinking things. It's deodorant. Actually, the way thyme, it's one of those many herbs that came into our culinary use due to many of these qualities. Thyme would help slow the decomposition process of meat. So before refrigeration and, people had to eat their meat or cook it very quickly, well, we learned to cure meat and make sausages and hams and all that by using herbs and salt and smoke to slow down essentially the bacterial infestation that begins decomposition. Thyme is one of those herbs that our ancestors learned to use thousands of years ago in curing meat before they ever understood its medicinal properties. Diaphoretic means it helps with fevers. Disinfectant, again, it kills germs. Sedative, which I don't know about that, and tonic, and I think they just mean kind of stimulating to the digestion. The plant is used internally in the treatment of dry coughs, whooping coughs, bronchitis, bronchial catarrh. I have trouble saying that word. It just means congestion. It just means mucus in your lungs. Asthma, laryngitis, indigestion, gastritis, diarrhea, and enuresis in children. So you see, it's actually very specific to the lungs. It's, of all these herbs I've been talking about, thyme's just one I would not do without. It should not be prescribed for pregnant women. Obviously, remember that first word I said. Let me see if I can find it again. Anthelmintic kills worms. Well, it can also cause a miscarriage, or really could just do some damage to the baby. So not good. And that's in medicinal doses. It's not necessarily culinary doses, but again, I give no advice for pregnant women. I just give them warnings. They're going to have to do their own research on that. Externally, it is used in the treatment of tonsillitis, gum disease, rheumatism, arthritis, and fungal infections. The plant can be used fresh at any time of the year, or it can be harvested when it comes into flower, and can be distilled for the oil or dried for later use. Thyme has an antioxidant effect, thus regular use of this herb improves the health and longevity of individual body cells and therefore may prolong the life of the body. So eating thyme may actually give you more time. Okay, yeah, I had to do it, sorry. The essential oil is strongly antiseptic. The whole herb is used in the treatment of digestive disorders, sore throats, fevers, etc. The essential oil is one of the most important oils used in aromatherapy. Keyword is antibacterial. It is used especially in cases of exhaustion, depression, upper respiratory tract infections, skin and scalp complaints, etc. The essential oil can cause allergic reactions and irritations. Remember, we never want to use oils straight, essential oils. Always cut them. All right. I have just realized that my microphone is not working. So I'm gonna cut this one short. We'll pick up next week with turmeric. I'm gonna use my audio editor and try to boost the volume and everything. So if this one sounds a little rough, apologies. Like I said, I am out of town, but go get some thyme. I've already talked in a previous chapter about growing thyme. Best done from cuttings. It's one of those plants you want to get in the spring and propagate out. In most places, it can be hard to grow from seed, and it really does not like my environment of cold and damp and raining all the time. It will do okay in a maritime climate. It does very well in a Mediterranean climate. It is perennial. It likes sun, and that's what I lack in my yard is sun. So check that out. But being a culinary herb, my tip on most of these really, when it comes to buying them, go to the ethnic aisle in your grocery store, look for Badia or another brand like that, and I think thyme is 99 cents for a half ounce. So for $2 you've got an ounce of thyme, and they do have a lot of turnover. Ethnic minorities tend to cook with a lot more herbs than regular Americans, so they buy them quickly, and so every one I've gotten is very fresh. And that actually makes thyme not only one of the most common herbs I use, but probably the cheapest herb that I buy. So really, really good. All right, y'all, have a good one. I'll talk to you next week. I apologize for the audio quality. We'll get that straightened out next time. See ya.
The
The information in this podcast is not intended to diagnose or treat any disease or condition. Nothing I say or write has been evaluated or approved by the FDA. I'm not a doctor. The U.S. government does not recognize the practice of herbal medicine, and there is no governing body regulating herbalists. Therefore, I'm really just a guy who studies herbs. I'm not offering any advice. I won't even claim that anything I write or say is accurate or true. I can tell you what herbs have been traditionally used for. I can tell you my own experience and if I believe an herb has helped me. I cannot nor would I tell you to do the same. If you use an herb anyone recommends, you are treating yourself. You take full responsibility for your health. Humans are individuals and no two are identical. What works for me may not work for you. You may have an allergy, a sensitivity, an underlying condition that no one else even shares and you don't even know about. Be careful with your health. By continuing to listen to my podcast or read my blog, you agree to be responsible for yourself, do your own research, make your own choices, and not to blame me for anything ever.